So, Gary, back to winning ways this afternoon at Inver Park, 4-0 win over Newry City. Professional performance from the boys, obviously playing light this afternoon.
Yeah, very much so. Job done that, and we move on to the next one very quickly. It was about being professional today, giving Newry every respect with the preparation that we put into the game, and the boys carried out a game plan and 4-0 and a clean sheet. Brilliant. Move on to the next one.
And that's a good point. Obviously, in the Irish League now, there really are no easy games, so you have to come in and treat this like it was anybody else.
Yeah, no, there's not. You can see that with Loughgall getting a result, going down to 10 and getting a result at Seaview. The bottom six teams now, they're from last year, have all strengthened. They've all massively improved. The fitness levels of every club have gone up now considerably since the arrival of the full-time teams now there. Everybody else has lifted their game as a result. So every game is ultra competitive. You've got to be at your very best. Making 5 subs in that there in games allows you to freshen up half your team, which gives teams again that advantage. So yeah, we had to be on it today, and I felt we were, and we set the tone in the first half.
And goals coming from all over the park today, 2 from Levi Ives, a screamer from Micheál Glynn, and obviously Paul O'Neill. Good to see that scoring starting to move away from just the ones at the top.
Yeah, I think Paul's had to be patient. Obviously, the form of Chucky and Lee and that has meant that Paul's had to wait for his opportunities. He certainly did himself the power of good today. He took his goal brilliantly. His hold-up play was excellent. He was dropping in and linking it all up. So he comes on that there, does great. Because of injuries that we've had and that, Levi's had to play off the right hand side and he scores 2, and so I think he's starting off the right hand side from now on. That's his new preferred position. And Micheál was a wonder strike. It was a really good strike just before half time to really probably put the game to bed at that stage.
A man of the match performance from the debut in Haciel Orozco this afternoon. Just a word on Larne's new signing from Mexico.
Yeah, it's been frustrating because Hassie's been in with us now for a number of weeks, but trying to wait for his international clearance and all the other stuff that comes with it. You can see the quality of what he's had in training every day, what he's going to bring to the team. He'll be a big signing for us, I feel, as we move forward, and he certainly endeared himself to the fans because he's that type of player that can not only put his foot in there, but he can really show composure on the ball and get us on it and make us tick. And I felt we looked solid. I think we were never really in danger of conceding. I don't think Rose had saved the make today, and Haas has added that to us again with that solidifying at the back and keeping us nice and tight sitting in front of the back three.
2 new names at the end of deadline day, Kieran Lloyd and Sean Graham, who didn't factor this afternoon, and when can we expect to see them make their debuts?
Yeah, again, international clearance. Kieran's been in for a couple of days and he looks a real quality addition. So he does. Kieran's come in on loan from Wigan. He looks like a really athletic boy. He's got lots of legs, lots of quality on the ball. I'm really excited to see Kieran actually get involved and get matches under his belt. He's game to get valuable experience, and no doubt he'll get it over the course of the year. Yeah, listen, it's great to have new additions. We need that. We need fresh emphasis about what we're trying to do and how we're going to move forward. So yeah, it's exciting that there times, not there for the boys.
Just before we started recording, we listed some of the names that are out at the minute, and sadly we need to touch on that. Missing a lot of players right now: Kane Bolger, Mark Randall, Andy Ryan, as you said. Leroy Miller was on the bench today. Sean Wont, Corey Smith, Shea Gordon, and on it goes. Do you have any sort of update as to timelines for return for some of those big names?
Yeah, Mick's came back in that and been earning his money, so he has. So his physio room's busier than the training pitch. And it's been a hectic. I've been in football over 30 years. I've never known an injury less like it. The amount of boys now that have picked up niggles and knocks and hamstrings and groins and various different injuries. And it's been a bit of a nightmare. So to be in the position that we find ourselves in that there so early in the season, with the injuries that we had, it's going to almost go full circle now because the boys are starting to drip back in. Kane's been back in training and doing a bit of running. Corey's been back in doing a bit of running again. Mark Randall joined in for the last time and he's running around like a child, because he's just excited to be back in, and having his quality in around the group is going to be such a big thing for us. Kane's leadership. So it's going to go from the stages there today. Again, we had 2 scholarship kids on the bench who are fantastic and train with us every day. Dylan Sloan obviously coming through the scholarship again, but to have the strength and depth of having all them options coming back available. Shea Gordon picked up a foot injury the other day in training, so Shea will come back into the mix again, and all them boys now are going to come back in, and the gaffer now has a problem because he has to fit them all in and pick the squad. But competition for places can only be a good thing for the team. Having 2 quality players in every single position is going to be massive for us as a season, and it's probably the first time that the gaffer said earlier on in the team meeting, probably the first time since he's been here where you really do have two options for every single position and two quality people. If one comes out, a quality player goes in, and it doesn't affect of what it is we're trying to achieve. So yeah, it's going to be a real headache for him to manage, and that they're moving forward.
And lastly, a short turnaround, looking ahead to Tuesday and the visit to Inver Park to take on Linfield. That defence of the County Antrim Shield begins. Preparations continue as normal, despite kind of being light.
Yeah, I think the gaffer will see it as an opportunity to get boys game time and get minutes under their belt. Like, you know, we've obviously won the County Antrim Shield the last 3 years in a row. So it is, like, I mean, so it's a competition we've had great success in. I think we'll probably use it more this year and out there for making sure people are keeping up to speed. I suppose what happened in the last year, we had a very, very settled team. So it was hard to break up the rhythm of that, and they played weekend. But the boys then, whenever they were asked to come in, was maybe not quite at the level that they maybe needed to be at. So having a squad where you've got two quality players for every position, it's really, really important that them boys get the game time too, and they're contributing in a really positive way, like, you know what I mean. So it's another challenge for us. Going to Windsor Park's always going to be a big challenge. Out there, the Blues are flying this year, started off really well, you know what I mean. So yeah, we'll go there and again prepare as best we possibly can for that match.